Let's say your mom went through some real hardships growing up, and everybody knows about it and everybody has compassion for it. They understand why she is the way she is, but here's the hard part. She never got help, and she never healed. And that unprocessed pain turned into fear, and that fear turned into control. And you know that control has been dressed up as concern or family love or worrying about you. But really, it's her trauma that is running the show. And you know how it goes. She speaks fear into every situation. And it's not because she wants to hurt anybody. It's because deep down, she actually thinks she's protecting her family. And even though every single person can see that mom is not in a healthy place, they still let her dictate and run the show. Why? It's because they love her. They feel bad. They don't want to hurt her. But here's the thing, when the least healthy person sets the tone, that tone is what is getting passed down through the generations. And the generation cycles begin. And if not one person in the family decides to break the cycle, then the cycle continues through all the generations. If you're hearing me right now and any part of you relates to this, throw down in the comments cycle. Now let's say we or you want to actually be the person to break the cycle. Let's go over how to do that. First step is realizing, hey, there's a cycle and I'm going to break it. Becoming aware of what's going on is the first step. The second step is to give up any hope that she's going to change, because changing her is not actually going to do the trick. It's going to be changing something very internal in ourselves. Step number 3, you may not like this one, but it's a big part of it, which is allowing the family members to be themselves and still being able to sit there in the room or on the phone, being able to send out love towards them. When everybody is sending out yucky vibes and you're the one who can send out love, you become influential. If you're hearing this, put love in the comments. Step 4, realize in the family when people get triggered and start to argue or start to go down negative pathways, and decide to bow out of those conversations. It's a simple, no thank you, I'm not having this chat right now. And instead of getting angry when they don't want to do that, being able to sit back, breathe, and send out love, again, in the middle of the bickering or whatever's going on. And then the last step, which is really, really important, is to then say, these patterns of how people talk and how people treat other people, I am not going to do with the other people in the family, and even more importantly, the younger generations. When the younger generations, the younger kids normally get negativity thrown their way, I am going to send love their way. Love is always the answer. And it's funny because with manifestation, we're often talking about money, 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 because that is fun and it helps a lot of things. But at the basis of manifesting money is exercising love and being able to point it at all things, including money. So when we realize we are lovers and we feel good when we love, and that we want to be loving unconditionally, meaning we can find appreciation and love for people even in tricky situations, we could become very powerful influencers, change makers, and also manifestors. And when we do that with money, that is how you do it over there too. So if you are interested in breaking the cycle, I want you to throw down in the chat, break the cycle, because we got to remind ourselves these things. If we don't have anything to remind ourselves, then we don't. And then we just get stuck in these patterns. So if you want to break the cycle, let's just do the first step and claim it and type it down below, break the cycle. And then if you're like one of the business people, I have a lot of business people in my audience, if you want to go a little bit deeper, head over to the link in the bio. There are a couple free options.